So we are literally being called back around the fireplace, back into the cave, where all we had was our stories. We're moving away from capitalism and just doing things to make money. We are moving towards values. We are moving towards standing for something. And so that is a good thing. So we're a week into this thing, which is why I thought today would be a good day to do a bit of a deep dive into why I decided to challenge myself this way. And the decision has everything to do with what I call the age of value, or the age of why. And so I think from this year onward, it's going to be absolutely crucial that no matter what we do for a living, this doesn't just go for artists or content creators or writers. It is going to become very important that we can make people care about the thing that we're selling, the thing that we stand for, the thing that we're all about. And I think as human beings, and especially maybe as artist types, that presents us with a problem, because, well, at least I have internalized so many limiting beliefs around personal branding, around self-promotion. I used to think self-promotion absolutely stinks, and I just want to let my work speak for itself. Work should just speak for itself. In Australia here, they call it tall poppy syndrome. It's that fear of standing out and being different from the crowd and sort of thinking you're better than everybody else. And this is deeply ingrained in who we are as a species. Since caveman times, standing out from the crowd was perceived as not safe. There was a lot of safety and a lot of comfort and basic survival to be found in community and in the crowd. Standing out is not safe. And so I think we need to give ourselves some credit here. Most of us don't want to stand out and don't want to show who we are. But this is 2025, and everything, not everything, but a lot, can now be copied the press of a button. And so it is really important that we get better at this personal branding thing and at this self-promotion thing. And what has helped me in that regard is to reframe that in my mind. I am not self-promoting. I have made experiences in this lifetime that are of value to other people. I have a story, and it is my responsibility and it is my job to share what I have learned with other people, be that through YouTube videos, be that through books, be that through your music, be that through your cafe, be that through any kind of business or any sort of job that you do. And I kind of like how Stephen King puts this. So Stephen King said once something along the lines of, you know, when you finished writing that book, you owe it to the book and to yourself to lean back or go for a walk and really think about why you bothered. Why did you bother making this thing? And that goes for everything and anything, not just a book. You have bothered to create something, and in that creation process, sometimes we forget the most important part, and that is why we started. Simon Sinek has a great book on that topic, and it's called Start With Why. And in the age of why, it is going to become so important that we learn to share our why. It is no longer enough that we let our work speak for itself, but we need to learn to make people understand why we care about this thing, and consequently why they should care. And this might sound terrible to you. I don't want to share my private life online. Neither do I. And I'm not. I have very strong boundaries, and I would highly recommend you think about those boundaries before you share your truth wherever it is you want to share it. It doesn't have to be on YouTube, of course. But to be clear about your why, to become very clear about your values and what you stand for, and to learn to tell your story. I think there is something so beautiful in that, in the way we as humans are currently evolving and what we're moving towards. We are moving away from simply doing something for the money. Millennials are now in charge. Millennials are the generation that is in charge and that is going to shape this world going forward. And we have learned that we vote with our wallets. And sometimes people, the media, whoever they are, want to make us believe that we don't care about anything and we just shop on Temu and we just doom scroll. We don't. We have values and we care. And so there's a lot of beauty in that, because we're moving away from capitalism and just doing things to make money. We are moving towards values. We are moving towards standing for something. And so that is a good thing. That is a very good thing. And if you would like to find out how to get better at sharing your story, just ran into a couple of kids on their bikes, so I had to stop. Where were we? So I'm a fantasy author, and so I want to share with you a technique that I found very helpful when it comes to selling my novels, and that is the elevator pitch. So the idea behind the elevator pitch is exactly what it says on the tin. Imagine you are entering an elevator, and in that elevator is your dream agent, your dream publisher, a very important executive, a billionaire who can make your dreams happen. And you have the duration of the elevator ride to pitch them your big idea. So basically it is a one-liner. One line is all you're getting to instantly sell your idea. And this isn't just helpful for novelists. This is helpful for when you're sitting down with someone in a cafe, or when your grandmother asks what you're doing, or for Instagram captions, or for introductions of YouTube videos. You really need to distill it down, your why, to one single sentence, so that it just comes to you at the top of your head. When someone asks you, you don't even need to think about it. So, for example, for my upcoming novel, my elevator pitch is The Flames That Forged Us, that's the title of the book, is a grounded fantasy about two twin witches who must fight an ancient oligarchy to save witchcraft and Mother Nature. So yeah, I really think that this is what the digital age is calling us to do right now. And I'm using that word on purpose. We are being called to do this now. It is not something that should scare us. It's not something that's bad. I'm an optimist, and I think it is literally, we have become so fed up with all the fakeness that is out there. And the fakeness has now peaked with AI up to the point where we can't even tell anymore what's real and what's not. So we are literally being called back around the fireplace, back into the cave, where all we had was our stories. And I think there's a lot of hope in that. And I think you can absolutely do it. I don't think there's anything cringy or braggy about it. I believe what Sir Ken Robinson said, and he said that you are not discovering your gifts for yourself or just for yourself, you're discovering them for your community. You're doing this for all of us. And when you figure out what your gifts are, and in the second step, when you learn how to communicate them, then we're all winning. And I think that's a beautiful thing. It's getting dark now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this far. See you back here tomorrow. For those who are serious about it and who have learned the craft and who have done their research, I think there will always be room at the table for you. It is now all up to you. You are the master of your own fate.